Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. It's a battle on the Fisherman's Bay map, and we've got FadingNeptune from Fort Clam in the Tier 8 Caernarvon, the British Tech Tree heavy tank. Fading is one of the NZCCs in the team I'm in. I'll give you a link to his Twitch channel below. He's kindly shared this replay with me. Now, Caernarvon is the starter of the good British heavy tanks, so you've got to go through the Churchills and Black Prince, so it's quite a painful process, but you can skip that with free experience if you need to. Fading said, yeah, this is a really good tank to play with, so let's see how well he plays with it. It's a typical design of the British heavy tank of this type, the Centurions and so on, is the turret armour, and also the fast-firing gun, with relatively low alpha. So 270 though, not bad, and you can see he's putting quite accurate shots in. Now he's taking a bit of damage here, but taking up a fairly forward position. The hull armour is not its strength, but definitely in hold-down positions the turret gives you a great deal of protection. But this is not in this position because he's basically on the same level as most of the tanks he's battling with right here. But the T20 there is just medium tank and no issue in terms of penetrating. It's got APCR loaded as standard, but that's you know what people do when they're trying to mark tanks, so I'm not going to criticise that. But it doesn't necessarily mean that every shot's going to go through. It's that shot on the SU-100 goes, but by the angling he's getting, he's taking damage on his tracks, but yeah, not giving a lot of show of his hull armour. But he's just got to be careful of the tanks behind him. Every time he turns, he can potentially be giving the rear of his tank exposure. So you just have to be careful in this position, and he's fortunate that yeah, there's not a lot of enemy tanks in this area, but here he's got spotted some tanks. T28 there, did get spotted there, had to rush the shot, so that didn't manage to pen. And he's got the LTG just coming out, but instead of the LTG, a T44-100 goes across and cops a whole number of shots and finally gets ammo racked. You can see the speed of the reload there for a heavy tank. This is pretty awesome. So he's reloaded in time to hit the LTG again, and there's that SU-100. It's another shot in there that doesn't seem to hit there, but he takes the incoming shot from the SU-100 on his tracks and manages to get a penetrating shot there, but also gets a hearty, and that LTG backed out just a bit too far that time and paid the price, sent back to the garage. So that brings up, takes him over 2,000 hit points worth of damage so far. So he's only getting value out of the gun here and the position, and he's just waiting for some further opportunities, but unless yeah, more tanks show themselves, that he might need to relocate from this position at some point in the next few minutes. But anyway, it's only 4 minutes gone, so not too bad in terms of getting that number of hit points. And a back look there, so 53 TP. Now, he obviously is visible. Finally gets the signal, but as you know, the 6th sense doesn't go off until 2 seconds after you're spotted, so that 53 TP got basically a free shot, and there he's taken full whack there from the 53 TP, and but you can see his reload time managed to reload fairly quickly, just not quite enough to get the 53 TP going back around the corner. And you can see he's also lost his driver, which not a big deal at the moment, but does change his hull rotation time, for example, in terms of the operation he's doing at the moment. But he's just managed to get his first aid kit back from cooldown and use it again. Also, one other thing to note is using food, so that gives him benefits in terms of overall crew efficiency, particularly with a BIA crew. So another thing when you're trying to get maximum performance out of each vehicle is, can you afford not to run the fire extinguisher? So It really depends on the likelihood of the tank catching fire. So some tanks it's more useful than others. And takes a shot at that Centurion, but the Centurion's got the same sort of turret as the Caernarvon. So the first shot went into the turret and didn't pin, but the second shot managed to go a bit lower into the hull, and that's managed to get the kill. So it's getting some love from the arty. I'm not surprised, being highly visible and in a fairly forward position. But there's that Lorraine 40 tonner that he can do without. So he's planning on getting around there, and he's just looking at targets that might get him into crossfire. Can he get rid of them? Hellcat there, just visible through the gap. You can probably thread that gap there if he goes a bit further forward. And that Hellcat's down now to 7 hit points. Fires a blind shot there, hoping to get it, and which doesn't, but he's on the reload now and gets the kill shot there. So again, the value of the reload speed there quite paying off there. Didn't get a lot of hit points out of it, but took a tank out of the game. Nice side shot opportunity on the Lorraine, and the Lorraine takes a fair bit of damage. One more shot in, just manages to pull away in time, and he'll just close the distance here, gets the kill shot. Now that T-28's relocated, so he's not down the back of the field anymore, which is good. So Fading can move right up here. Can use the Lorraine as a bit of a shield and look for targets there. In fact, he's got the side of a Tiger P. It takes him over 3,000 hit points of damage. Tiger P is in a bit of open space, and he manages to get a tracking shot there, and you can see him focusing on the front sprocket there, trying to keep him tracked, which he does. Gets one more shot in, probably one more shot might just do it, and he certainly will. Yeah, gets the kill. That brings up his 5th kill. And pushing in here on the T-32 and the 53 TP. Just looking for that tank to move around. Yes, he is. He's going to. Can he get the lower hull? No, he can't quite manage that, but he might have tracked him. And he just needs to get in without getting any hit points taken off him in return. T-32 goes through his tracks, he's fired, and that gives him his side. That's a nice side shot there. Can he get it on the engine deck? Just threading the nav. Oh, well, the ice went in the way, so that didn't help. And now that T-32 is on a fairly long reload. That bounced. Now, I'm not sure where that shot went. Maybe ricocheted off the engine deck. No, he did take some heat there from the T-32, or I should say PCR, I should say. And that takes him over 4,000 hit points of damage. And he's on a mission at the moment, which is HT7. Oh, but it's only going to result in improving, so he's already got this mission. He's got the second recognition, gets a nice shot in on the 53 TP, backs off quickly to avoid the return shot, and doesn't really need the return shot, only with 61, or 6 hit points, a bit hard to read, and gets the kill shot on the 53 TP. That's his 7th kill, one more, and he'll get the Bradley Walters. T-28's there, looking for the shot. I think he's waiting. Oh, that took him down. He couldn't wait long enough. 85 hit points. Will he get the kill shot? No, unfortunately, T-28 gets taken out, so it leaves him on 7 kills. A bit unfortunate, but does take him to 5,000 hit points of damage, and that is the game. So that was an Ace Tanker Mastery badge there for Fading. He got the Top Gun for getting more than 6 kills. Just missed out on the Radley Walters there. High caliber award for most damage, and he also got Steel Wall for getting more than 1,000 hit points blocked. Got all the minor medals there, and 25 bonds and the experience from various missions. 1677 base experience, very high level there for a tier 8, and well supported there by the Skoda T27, who probably got pretty close to an Ace Tanker as well. But you can see there 5,094 direct damage, and he got around 1,400 assisted, so 6.3k of combined damage there. 38 shots fired indicates the speed of the gun. 31 hits, there were a few long range shots there. 22 penetrations, and that gave him his damage total. 1677 base as we talked about, but firing full premium ammo and using consumables, he lost 117,000 credits, but that's the price you pay when you're hunting for your ammo.